Okay, this time we're working on brightening her eyes, and you can see it's a beautiful photo, but her eyes do have a little bit of a yellow, soft, like a peachy color to them. The first technique we're going to do, this is not by far the best, however, it is an option. I am going to take a very soft brush and go about 15. And my color I'm going to use is going to be a fairly bright white. And the first thing I want to do is sample the original color and come up from it. It's up to you how much you come up. On this layer above, I am literally going to just click right on the edges that I want to be a little bit wider. And right now I know this looks freakish. Don't worry about it. So you can clean it up, and we're going to adjust this. We're actually going to use the filters here. We're going to come down to overlay, and then we're going to adjust the fill opacity to 50. Looks a lot less freakish, and you can't tell that you were outside the lines. Now if I make this invisible, you can see the difference. Again, it's not perfect, but it is one option. Now I'm going to delete that layer. Next, we're going to come over to the dodge and burn tools. Use these sparingly because a little bit goes a long way. I'm going to click on dodge. Up here, you can see the range. This includes shadows, midtones, and highlights. We're going to go to highlights. Now, this brush is about 20. I want to bring that down. 9 should be a little bit. Okay, I'm going to make sure I've got a big soft brush. I'm going to bring it up just a little bit from 9. We'll try 11. And again, just right on top. Now you see that goes really kind of more peachy again. A little too bright, a little too harsh. So we're going to edit, undo. You can also Control Z. You can also go through your history and remove the things that you've done. Okay, we're back to where we deleted the layer. So instead of doing highlights, we're going to do midtones. Now exposure we've got at 50. I'm going to bring that down just a little bit. And we'll try this again. And again, just make sure it doesn't make her look freaky. This is looking a little bit more natural. If you have another layer that you put on top of this, if you cover the eyes, that will help to soften it. You know, trying to be sparing around the edges. As you can see, that little bit goes a long way. But it's a big difference in terms of brightening up just the eyes all by themselves. And yes, you can use this technique on other parts. You could come and bring in some highlights in her hair. Bring that out a little bit. Again, I have a mouse with a trackball, so I do not have a lot of precision here. And again, it's because I'm really lazy with it. But again, just so you see, there are other things you can do. You can also, kind of looks like she has, I can't tell if that's an earring or just a weird look on her ear. But if you wanted to brighten that, if you were going to pretend it was something pretty, I'm not sure what it is, but you can do that. You can also come over to the lips. Just bring a little bit more attention there. So again, I'm showing this for the eyes, but again, you can use this on all sorts of things. She actually looks a little bit chapped like that, but again, you get the concept. And that is 2 of the easiest ways to be able to brighten eyes. I'm going to come back real quickly. I want to close this. Come back, open again. Back to Browse in Bridge. I'm going to grab, I don't have it saved there. Gosh darn it. Let's see. Kate's eyes are really bright already. And Control V. Yay, I did have it saved. So you got to see all that for nothing. Bring that over. Okay. And we can use the paintbrush. Again, I don't recommend this. Let's select a softer, brighter white. You can always dab that in. And again, you want this to be very soft, very light. I'm going to go to a much smaller, and I'm going to, again, bring the opacity down here to about 50%. And just do that right on top. Now, what I'm actually going to suggest, again, is to do this with a layer on top. There we go. And again, so that you can soften it that little bit more. Now, one of the other tricks to making eye changes look natural, especially if you mess with the color at all, is to focus on that reflection of light in the eyes, because that can help make them pop as well. One other thing, I'm going to delete this layer. When we're talking about changing eye color, I'm going to make this image a lot bigger, so don't be shocked. There we go, huge. We're going to put a layer on top, and we're going to adjust her eye color just that little bit. Now, right now she's got this gorgeous deep brown cognac, dark honey kind of color. I'm really bad with color names. We want to bring it up just that little bit. So I'm popping up just a couple shades here. And again, I'm doing this on the layer above so that if it sucks, we're not committed. Do just a tiny little bit just in these sections. There we go. And we're going to use a slightly different color where you can see this reflection of the eyes here. So I want to select that color. Again, and bring it up just that little bit. And again, just very sparingly. You can also use the, not that one. There we go, not the lasso tool, but that polyagonal to draw that out and then fill that color in. I am not feeling that adventurous with this lesson. But again, there you go. And if you really want to get adventurous, pick a color outside. And again, very, very soft, very sparing. Hit just a little dab. That's probably a little bit stronger than I intended. We're going to bring this back down to 100% so we can see if she looks like a freak show or if it looks pretty. This eye, her right eye, that's a little too strong. And again, you get the concept. One of the things you can do to soften this, filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Now I've got it set very high for the last image that I used for this. So I'm going to bring it up just a tiny bit. And because we have this option, I'm going to just very lightly click. And that brought that down quite a bit. And again, all I did was grab my eraser and just wildly pop in there. You can see a lot of that was the natural image, or yeah, the original image. I shouldn't say natural. Edit, undo. We can come back to it. There we go. And again, there are a number of things like that you can do to make some slight image changes that are going to have a dramatic overall effect. And again, just remember, especially with eyes, the lighter the touch, the more natural it will look. If we wanted to change her eye color, we could absolutely do that. But again, you want to go sparingly and make sure it's something that complements her. If we gave her fiery red or gold eyes, it would look like she was a mutant from a comic book. So it just depends on what you want your end result to be. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. Thanks.